I am Miss April Gelch with the following podcast titled Enter the Body by Joy McCullough, 346 pages. Each considers how these acts of violence against their bodies were acceptable to the world while their desires were not. Page 66. In a secluded theater, three Shakespeare ingenues, Juliet from Romeo and Juliet, Ophelia from Hamlet, and Cordelia from King Lear, narrate their tragic tales in a variety of poetic forms to each other and other female Shakespeare characters in the audience. Lavinia from Titus Andronicus is part of the group but remains silent due to her trauma and scars. After Juliet, Ophelia, and Cordelia share their original stories, they each take the opportunity to retell their accounts to change their fatal endings. During this stage, the three young women question and dialogue with each other on their original experiences and changed version of events. My favorite part was when Juliet offers the most optimistic revision of the ending of Romeo and Juliet. When Juliet's father brings Paris over to the house to marry her at the end, Juliet informs her father she married Romeo. This initially brings a hostile reaction from Mr. Capulet and cousin Tybalt. And Tybalt, the good thing about that is he wasn't murdered earlier. However, Juliet's mother argues for the importance of ending the feud with the Montagues. At the next local celebration, Tybalt's anger dissipates after meeting a lovely maiden. Paris also finds love. While Ophelia and Cordelia scoff at Juliet's naivete, this ending is far better than the death by suicide of the main characters in Romeo and Juliet. The part I would change is this. It would be helpful for McCullough to give a brief summary of what happened to each of the women in Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and King Lear to reacquaint and acquaint readers with the main characters. While the events Juliet, Ophelia, and Cordelia shared are mostly understood, readers could either be more or less sympathetic to their plights with this additional background information. The nurse and Mrs. Capulet in Romeo and Juliet, Gertrude, who's Hamlet's mother in Hamlet, Goneril and Regan in King Lear, nor any of the other women characters in Shakespeare's play get an opportunity to respond to the three main characters. These additional perspectives would add a richness to the discussion and may even change the reader's perception of the main characters. The appeal of this is those who enjoy studying Shakespeare plays and discussing women's rights will appreciate the opportunity for three important female Shakespeare characters to have a voice which was mostly denied to them in the original works. The grade I would give is 8 out of 10 stars. The feminist response to Shakespeare's three main tragedies is important. However, as I mentioned earlier, a brief summary of the plays will be helpful to those who haven't read them yet. Reaction from the other female characters, especially Goneril and Regan in King Lear, may offer a more balanced perspective than Ophelia's harsh characterization of them as the stepsisters. Thank you very much for listening.